Hello and welcome back to Dusk of the Gods. When we last left off, we died! But we kinda got better. There's a little chest here. Come on. A wicker basket. Let's check out what's in here. Oh. Mimmer's head. Let's use it. Let's talk to it. And what, may I ask, art thou? Who is that speaks? 'Tis not Odin, but instead one of his warriors. Warrior I am, or once was, Mimmer. I am sometimes known as Wisdom, for none has greater than I. Once did I keep the well of knowledge, unto which Odin has sacrificed an eye. The well? What does that know of the well of knowledge? It is found in the other world, near Yggdrasil's roots, within the glittering plains, the place where the souls of the good men be. From its magical waters did I perceive my great knowledge of things. Odin came to visit me often, and we would speak of wondrous things. Those were the good days. Now just memories. Has it been so long since the Vanir and Aesir took it to war? Of what war do you speak? War of the gods! There was a time when a Vanir messenger was sent unto Asgard. If I remember it right, her name was Gullveig. She had acquired much wealth from her practice of sorcery. The Aesir grew jealous of her wealth and slew her. Not I, must say. One of the more clever things Odin and the Aesir have done. Rightly so, the Vanir united and attacked Asgard. The Aesir slew Gullveig solely for her wealth? Aye, greed is a horrible thing that clouds a man's reason. As well as the attack made against the Aesir, my life was taken in return. For Gullveig's, the Vanir knew that my death would enrage Odin. The Vanir, tell me of them. The peace between the Aesir and the Vanir were never strong. I believe the old feelings of malice still exist betwixt the two. That is why hostages were taken by both sides, to ensure the trust. Honir, who even now is in Asgard, has given the Vanir. Eventually he can come to rule them. In return, Njord, followed by Frey and Freya, were given unto the Aesir along with Asgard. Attacked? What was the outcome of the Vanir's attack upon Asgard? For many days there were battles waged. In the end it was the Vanir who were victorious and the Aesir that were cast from Asgard. Soon after, a peace bond was agreed upon. A peace bond? What of the peace bond between the Aesir and the Vanir gods? Honir and the Vanir wanted equal rights in the prayers of mortals, which they were given. They also wanted a draught of Odin's precious mead of consequence, which they never received. I have counseled Odin that it would never hurt to give him but a draught, but he is stubborn. He embalmed my head so that he can hear my words of wisdom, and yet, at times, he doesn't listen. Wisdom. When Ragnarok draws nigh, Odin and the Aesir are going to need the Vanir at their side. Surely Odin realizes this. The Vanir would help turn the tide of battle. As things are, I certainly doubt that Honir will allow the Vanir to fight at the Aesir's side. Though if the Aesir are to win the day, they must come to terms and convince the Vanir to fight with them. Well, you are certainly a useful thing. Oh, that would be my trousers. If nothing else, the, basket certainly helps. So, can I? No. The game does not allow me to sit upon the, Odin's throne. Probably a good thing. Let's explore more. Oh, hello. Greetings, Asa, friend. Your name? Greetings, friend. May I ask thy name? I am Spearskold, a chooser of the slain and servant of Odin, lord of the slain. It is I who have brought thee to Valhall when thou didst died in glorious battle upon Midgard. Why do you weep, lady? I fear that never again shall I speak with my dear sister Brynhild. Odin is a great lord, but he is at times... his ways are unjust. Eric's bravery equaled by few men and his cause is just, he deserves to remain a king. Huh? You're a chooser, you said. A Valkyrie. It is my charge to descend upon Midgar and escort brave warriors such as thee who have fallen in battle. Tell me about Brynhild. What has Odin done to Brynhild? In magic slumber does she now rest, surrounded by pits of sorcerous flames. There she shall stay until the end, unless one dares Odin's ward and releases her. Releases? Weep not, Spear Scold. I am sure that there is one brave enough to set Brynhild free. Words well spoken. Until now I have been blind to all hope. Oh, please, Saldura. If there is one so brave, it must be thou. Odin would not punish thee for setting Brynhild free. Thou art his chosen champion. Good to know. Please, I beg thee to help her. I would be forever grateful. In return, she may be able to aid thee in thy quest before her demise. Brynhild was high in the ranks of the Valkyries. Good to know. Who is Eric? I speak of Eric Bloodaxe, once the brave and honorable Midgardian king. He met on the field of battle with those that sought his downfall. Victorious would he have been made if Odin demanded his death? Demanded? It was Brynhild's charge to grant victory to Eric's enemies. Unjust, yes, but she was foolish not to do Greybeard's bidding. Bidding? What was Odin's bidding? That Eric and his 5 of his bravest fall in battle. Instead, Brynhild allowed them to escape. Even now, Eric gathered his forces to retake his throne, but this time he shall be slain and taken to Valhall, for it is Odin's wish. Well, that sounds, kind of dour. Saldura, I hope thou art farewell in thy quest. I am Frigga, Odin's wife. I was wondering, when the mighty and Harrier that Odin boasts so often would come to my hall, Valsia, I would speak to thee more, but I would be most grateful if thou left me to myself. I do not mean to be offended, but I still grieve for the loss of Baldur. Lord Frigga, I know thou must feel, but what done is done. Thou should not Please, Saldura, I honor thy attempts to comfort me, but I just wish to be alone right now. If it is help thou seekst, then speak to my handmaidens. Thou can find them in the hall next to the golden entrance gates of this compound. Maybe they can help me. If not else, they will be more talkative. They have spoken to me of their desire to meet thee. Go now. I give thee my blessing. Thanks. Sorry. I'm kind of new at the whole dead thing myself. Let's check around here. Anything going up over here? Well, there's some horses that I can't ride. Oh, there's a person that I can talk. Hail, warrior. Thy name is Saldura, is it not? I am Tyr, the lord of battle, foe of the Fenrir. Many times I have watched thee in combat, when thou wert mortal, of course. Tell me about Fenrir the wolf. How a beast that creature be. Fenrir is one of the most foul of Loki's spawn, a wolf in immense proportion. Twice we have tried to bind the wolf, and twice did the beast tear asunder its bonds. I believe Odin is having Sindri forge a third chain, but I do not know what good it shall do. I do not believe anything that is made of metal can hold against Fenrir's strength. I, even now, seek the elements needed to create the third set of chains. Can thou aid me? Sorry, my friend, but nay, that is Odin's business. I just pray that, when completed, the chains will forever bind the wolf. For without Fenrir, Hela's legion shall be weakened drastically. It would give Asgard a significant advantage, though it would deny me the pleasure of slaying the evil hound. What happened to the first 2 set of chains that the hound broke? Letting and Dromi were their names. They were cast from Asgard into the realm of men. A king named Magus had found them. A shame, for Magus is not a very good man. He likes battle, and I admire that. With chains he has united a fairly sizable army. Magnus claims that his possession of Landing and Dromi are proof that the gods favor him. Where does Magus and his armies gather? Within his fort, which is located on the southwestern shore of Midgar. He plans to use his fleet of ships to sail across the channel and raid the many coastlines. A true Viking at heart. Can you tell me about your hand? I guess not. See ya. Bye, Lefty. Let's see, and that's a nice little star field down there. But yes, Dusk of the Gods is a very open, free-form type game where I'm going to be spending a lot of time walking around, talking to folks, and eventually fighting. Greetings, friend. May I ask thee thy name? Thou knowest not who I am? I am called Maggie. It means might. I am the son of Thor. Might? Why art thou known as such? I am named because of my great strength. There are few stronger than I, save for my father Thor and the giantess Hirokin. Both of them gain extra strength from their magic girdles and gloves. Strength. It was I that, just 3 days old, lifted the giant Hunger from my father. For my feat, I was given a wonderful steed, Goldfax. Hunger? The stone giant Hunger? What was his fate? He was the greatest of all stone giants. Blasphemous words did he speak to Thor, who had a hot temper equaled by none. Thor then challenged Hunger to a duel on a secluded island. An island? This island, how can I get to it? That I do not remember. It has been so long ago. Well, tell me about the duel. I take it that Thor was the victorious warrior in the duel, for if not, he would not be in Asgard. It can happen so long ago, I cannot recount much. I do remember that Hungir's giants tried to trick Thor by crafting a large stone likeness of the giant, hoping that Thor's first strike would be for naught. Thor's first strike. By thy father's hammer, Magni finished thy tale. What did Thor strike upon his first swing? Perhaps Thor is not as wise as Odin, but he is no fool. With his first string he struck the real giant, felling him with but a single blow. Unfortunately, the giant fell upon Thor, pinning him to the ground. Oh. Well, good to know. And see ya. The Great Wildcats. The goddess of my favor, Freya. Is this Freya? Come on, thank you. What is this? Thunder and lightning, one of Odin's slain warriors in Thor's mighty hall Eskimo. No normal warrior either, but an Einherjar. Thou must be one upon Odin's divine quest, if thou are. I have a service I would ask of thee? Please, what service? Let's say that I can carry out the service. What is it thou would have me do? First I must warn thee, hold the words I speak of in secrecy and tell them to no one. Gossip travels very quickly, like a cloud caught in a storm. Thou needst not know how, but my mighty hammer Mjolnir has been cloven in twain. Thou know why thou must keep this to thyself, for without the hammer, Asgard lies extremely vulnerable. Twain? In twain? Can a Mjolnir be remade by those who created it? Aye, if I had both the haft and the head, but alas, I do not. I only have the haft. The hammer's head has been lost upon Midgar. It must be found and taken to Sildnir the smith. Only Sildnir can reforge Mjolnir. I've already given him the haft, but he needs the head. I would seek it out on my own, but I want no one to see me without the hammer of my hands. Why is Asgard so vulnerable without the hammer Mjolnir? It is the only thing that keeps the giants from assailing Asgard before Ragnarok. They fear it more than anything, for with it I have smitten many of them in battle. And if I had the chance, I could destroy an entire army with my hammer in hand. If the giants would discover Mjolnir's fate, woe unto Asgard. And once I did lose it, but it was recovered quickly. You lost it? How did I lose thy hammer the first time? I did not really lose it, for the hammer was stolen. Thrym, the former Frostgiant king, stole the hammer to use it as barter for Freya's hand. He desired her greatly. How he got Mjolnir from me, I do not know, though I believe Loki was behind that trickery. Luckily, a plan was devised and Mjolnir swiftly retaken. The giants. Why did they not gather forces and attack Asgard before Mjolnir was retaken? I am certain that Asgard's destruction was a part of Thrym's plan, even if Freya was given to him as a wife. Thrym knows that Freya would died in battle before she took his hand. He had hoped that, under pressure from Odin and the other gods, Freya would be convinced to accept the terms. Alas, we tricked the fool giant. I got my hammer back and crushed Thrym's skull. Skull? I take it then that Thrym no longer inhabits the world of the living. Nay, warrior, he does not, and neither does that dolt Hrungnir. So many giants I have slain, that I have been given the name Giant Foe. What can you tell me of Loki? His name just stings my tongue. Deceit is his game. Loki forever been jealous of the others. It is our ends that he pursues. Upon the gulf of black grief, he has been imprisoned for causing Baldur's death. I urged all the gods that, if possible, Loki should be slain, and that binding him was not just punishment. Frigga, Sif, and Heimdall were the only three who took my side in the matter. Therefore, Loki was merely bound in fetters. Tell me about Hrungnir. The stone giant Hrungnir, what was his fate? A haughty and boisterous one was he. We offered him the hospitality of Asgard, during which he spoke words of contempt to us, his hosts. I challenged him to a duel. We met upon Holmgang. There I shattered his club and crushed his head of stone. Holmgang? Dost thou know of it? It means the predetermined field of battle. In this case it was an island which took Holmgang as a name after my duel with Hrungnir. The island. How do I get to it? Thou must forgive me, my memory fails me. Mayhaps I have also taken too many a blow to the head. No loss, for I have not the time to think of such things. Thou wish to know more? Ask the hill giant Score about Holmgang. I'm sure he can tell thee much. Huh. Well, looks like we've got a an additional mission for oh, we already been in here. We need to repair Thor's hammer. Let's see what's up around here. Answer, not much. Let's see, we've already talked to you. And I think... Is this the wall? I think it's the wall. Yeah, I think this is the outer wall of Asgard, which a unnamed giant built with his horse Valdafari. He was nearly completed, and if he had completed it, the gods had promised him the hands of Freya. Her getting married off seems to be a very common trope. Is that something I can take? Nope. So Loki decided to turn himself into a mare to lead away the old stallion away, Svaldafari. And after that, about 7 months later, Loki came back a little blushy and ashamed, and with a new horse, Sleipnir, the 8-legged stallion that is Odin's mighty steed. Ah, someone else to talk to. Hail, warrior of Odin. I am Sildar, the weaponsmith. Of greater skill thou shalt not find, save for Thras's Volod, equal in standing we share as Asir's favorite craftsman. Well, we got a lot of stuff to talk about here. Let's start with Smith. It is my brother and I who forged Thor's very hammer Mjolnir. No other weapon is there that the giants fear more. If any harm should come to the hammer, Mjolnir, only my brother and I can reforge the hammer. Yeah, about that hammer. I guess we can move it on to next time. For when we come back, more talking to the gods. Have a good one.